Today we're at a station that's so good even ABBA wrote a song about it.
Served by 4 underground lines.
One of which is the second oldest deep tube in London.
Currently the second busiest station on the Underground network. Today we're at Waterloo.
In this week's episode.
Deeper than you think. And then the Jubilee line's even deeper than this.
Yeah.
Come on in, lover.
Do you know, I'm weird though, I like a concrete block with the tile.
Red is closed. Actually, shut it down a little bit.
Oh yeah, well done. Get this for the viewers. At the surface.
Are we there yet? We've been expecting you for some time. Welcome to our brand new home. This is the Hangouts bunker, guys. Isn't it cool?
Very proud of it.
Aww.
It's been a
lot
while
of
in the
work.
planning.
But also, aren't you excited? So this is like the next level of Hangouts because we started out in Zoom. Then we were out on site, but we couldn't really go into any place. We'd sort of stand outside bits and see, you know. And,
Point.
And have masks
Yeah.
on and stuff. And then we could go to site, and now we're
stuck
together.
underground, aren't we, with the sound of the Northern Line.
And finally, it's actually a hangout.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I can properly see you.
I know, it's great,
it's
isn't
not
it?
on a split screen. It's kind of
So you might wonder who these people are, because if you're new to all of this, welcome to the Hidden London Hangout. Series 9 this is. I can't believe we've got to Series 9.
I can.
Over 100 episodes.
We're an enduring classic.
It's a lot.
What can I say?
We are. And so my name's Alex, hello. And then I've got 3 amazing people from the London Transport Museum to guide us through wherever we're going and have a laugh along the way. And this time we can actually eyeball each other and go to the pub afterwards.
Yes.
Did you hear that?
That's the
Rumble
Northern
in
Line.
there.
That's the Northern Line.
We are, do you reckon 9 floors under London?
I think 11.
36.5 metres below ground.
So if you think an average floor is about 3 meters, right? So if you take that, it's probably about 11, 12.
It's incredible.
Most of the tubes are around 20, 25 metres deep, something like that. So we're below that. We are below the Northern Line
Do
here.
you notice he's got all DJ at this
Yeah, well, it's these microphones.
Let's
do a few
introductions. Yeah, I know. Let's
Welcome
do a
to
few
Hangouts
introductions.
FM.
Chris Nix, first of all, one of the directors of the London Transport Museum, my chum, all good, lovely stuff. You've had not many corners of the London Underground you haven't been to.
No, 25 years in, gradually getting around everywhere. So yeah, nice to be able to share it with people too.
City Holloway, there's actually 2 people sitting on your chair at the moment because this is the first time we can actually say this. It might be the first time that you guys have noticed. We're going to expect an extra new member of our Hangouts crew. She's pregnant.
Yep.
How cool.
We're having our first Hangout baby.
This is so lovely. Don't expect any from me. But this is all good. So, first of all, how long have you been at the museum, City Holloway?
9 years. Nine
Wow.
years now, yeah. I which is quite extraordinary because I only joined on a 3-month contract.
Yeah.
It was going to see me out till the summer, and then I was going to move home to Iceland.
That's how they get you.
That is
It's like
bonkers.
join on a 1-year contract and stay forever.
It wasn't even
That's
one.
me, I know.
It was 3 months. So yeah, it's been 9 years. Well, how many job titles have I had? 3, something like that. So yeah.
Well, we can also say that you've completed Series 4 of Secrets of the London Underground now, because it's hot off the presses are the first episodes, which are going to be going out in the summer, which is absolutely fantastic, isn't it?
Yep. So I wrapped yesterday. We've been
I
filming. Chris has still
got another
got
week
a
of it.
week left.
That's
I
a
wrapped
wrap.
yesterday. To be fair, I'm quite glad because it's been brilliant, but I'm getting a little bit heavier now and a little bit more tired. So I timed it really well.
You've timed it exceptionally well, thinking about it.
Yeah, I was not thinking about it, but you know, in grand scheme of things, you know, when this little one is born, I'm going to tell him, you know, he can watch him in the belly.
We need to get him on the credits.
Uncle Chris. It's going to be fantastic.
Baby Peterson, who's in there.
Uncle Chris and Uncle Alex. It's going to be fantastic. So we've
And
got
Auntie-
and
and
Auntie
Auntie
Laura,
Laura.
because of course we've got 2 amazing historians, but also we have a queen of aesthetics. I think is how we're going to describe you. Not only does she love this kind of stuff. Do you remember the moquette?
Love
that
a
we used to.
moquette.
Oh, it's so nice. I
Love.
could touch this all day. You're the queen of tiles as well. You love your tile work and everything else. Laura Hilton Brown from London Transport Museum.
Hi, thanks, Alex. I thought I would channel my inner tile and wear my tile jumper, but what I didn't do was think about the moquette table because it's a bit clashy. Sorry for everyone that it's hurting your eyes right now.
I only sprang this on you this week, so yeah.
First time down here. First time down here.
To be fair, have we all not kind of colour
You've done
coordinated?
very
but
well.
like blue, you've got blue with kind of
I'm grey.
greeny and
I'm
grey.
greeny grey. We're
I
all
feel
right.
like we really
We're
matched.
Straubby all over, aren't we? This is a Straub design of moquette, beautiful. And this is moquette is that really stiff carpety fabric that
That's
you
right.
stick on
Moquette,
seats
French for
at
carpet.
glasses. Absolutely.
And
So it's good.
I figured that we should go for the Straub to go with the chairs because I
Yeah.
just thought if we'd gone district, can you imagine?
Oh, a bit
Mr. Black,
stroby.
that would have been a bit orangey.
Yeah, too much.
Well, there's some
Too
very
much
dodgy
orange.
stains on my chair. I'm just wondering whether we can recover them at some point. I'd quite like to chuck something over it. But it's like somebody already has by the looks of it. Anyway, today we're down in this wartime bunker where thousands of people hid to avoid the bombs in World War II, built by the Tube, effectively. And today we're gonna take a step back in time because I don't know about you, I still love a Zoom. There's something quite nice about just getting out of bed,
Where it all
sticking your
began.
ironing board up in the middle of your lounge, and just not having to run to Clapham to do this. So we thought we'd have one more trip down memory lane.
Enjoying the crappy camera quality of Zoom.
Absolutely, I loved it.
From my laptop, that's from 2016.
I will miss Alex's plants, though. I feel like I need some greenery behind you, as it's just been there for kind of however many
The one
years.
thing I'm really going to miss about Zoom is the fact that they now know exactly how wrinkled my face is because on Zoom I used to push that slider right the way to young. It was fantastic. So
Didn't
yes.
even know you
an
could
option.
do that.
I didn't know this either.
What? You didn't know about that on Zoom? Oh my God, there's a whole slider. You push it along and it goes from
What, and it
effectively...
smooths you
Like a
out?
filter.
Yeah. Oh,
Wow, this is news to me.
Yeah.
We teach them everything here. But today we're off to look at what was a bit of a mind-blowing station, actually, Waterloo.
Yeah.
I loved this site visit.
Yeah.
Loved it.
It was fantastic, and it really was a cool episode. So feast your eyes at this.
We are in a cracking location. It's Waterloo, ABBA's favourite station. I don't do this alone. I've got three wonderful folk from the London Transport Museum to guide us through the location and to have a laugh along the way. First of all, Nick C, are you in a bunker?
I am specific. Well, technically, it's a deep shelter rather than a bunker for civilian use.
City Holloway, how are you?
I'm good, yeah.
And Laura, I think it's fairly safe to say that you were in your element down at our location this time because, let's face it, every cupboard had something to see.
Yeah, it did. And I missed the first time that you three went there. So the fact that there was so much to record and we got to go back again meant I got to join you.
Trip number 2, first of all, was a recce. Second one was filming. Let's get down and dirty. So if you find us outside today, we may be huddled together because it's actually bitterly cold. But we're in York Road, one of the entrances to Waterloo Station. Was it an original?
Well, there was one on this road, on York Road, but not this one. So there was a Leslie Green designed station facade here from 1906. That lasted until the 50s when it was demolished to make way for a new entrance for the escalators that we now have here rather than the lifts. And 1951, in time for the Festival of Britain, there was an entrance here. That again is being demolished and re-engineered into this more recent design behind us.
And it was a beautiful Leslie Green facade, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Like really beautiful.
Really unusual. It didn't look like the typical ones that we see, you know, with the kind of the kind of clunky roof and that. I'm sure we'll show you a photo back in the studio, but it looked really unusual.
It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Now you can usually turn a silk purse from a sow's ear. What do you make of the architecture now versus what we had before? That good, eh? Right. Should we get downstairs?
Yeah, let's get back downstairs.
Got to say, the brickwork here looks very clean.
It's really strange, isn't it? You're in a tube environment with brick for the roof, which you think of for like Metropolitan and
Absolutely.
subsurface.
But here-
Maybe a clue to the age
White.
of the place that we're at, that was being tried out rather than using cast iron.
Well, of course, and we're underneath the mainline station here, which, you know,
Yeah.
the Waterloo vaults
Yes.
are very popular.
Yeah.
And of course, no tickets are being bought here anymore because they're shut.
Yeah, it seems strange to me now that, you know, disused ticket windows, they're part of in London effectively now, aren't they?
No, it's bizarre.
The idea
It's
of buying a
bizarre.
ticket.
Yeah.
Of course, the first tube line here wasn't technically part of the tube, it was part of London South Western Railway at the time. And that's actually just round the corner, isn't it?
It is 1898.
The service for the bankers.
The bankers from
The
Surrey
The
Straight.
bankers.
The Drain, the Waterloo and City Line, goes by many names. It is now part of the tube network as of 1994, 1st of April.
Yeah.
Little April Fools for you there. And now we have to think of it as part of the tube. But in reality, it was of course always the second.
There was Network
tube
South
line.
East before that, wasn't it? There's still vestiges of that down there on the platform. So
Now I think we should go and take a peek at it, but it's such a big thing. I think we should come back and do this properly as a whole
Absolutely, let's do
extra
that.
episode.
Cover it
sometime.
completely.
Let's just have a little look with our fans as to what will be coming up.
oh, hello.
Yeah, so it's not very far below ground at all, but I think there's so much content to go at down there. Like I say, one day I think we should do
Series
the
9.
Waterloo and the City bit. Oh, it's not far away now.
The
Series
depot
Yeah,
and some of the other bits.
fabulous. So should we go downstairs a bit further and start the story?
Definitely.
Let's do it.
Okay. Quite busy today, even though it's only 11:40.
Isn't it? I think a train's just coming in the main line.
Oop.
It's actually quite a deep set of escalators,
Yeah,
this, isn't it?
is. Deeper than you think. And then the Jubilee line's even deeper than this.
Yeah, got to get a long way down in the ground, I guess so.
Then surely the Jubilee line here at Waterloo must be nearly as deep as Westminster.
Yeah, it's 2 escalators to get to
Yeah.
it, isn't it? So it's pretty deep.
One of the deepest below sea level then.
That's right.
Love your escalator chat.
I think it's going to become a new feature.
Very.
Escalator chat.
Should we call it Escalation Station?
Wow.
So one thing I would need to tell you, this is after one door,
Yeah.
okay? It's filthy down here,
Also,
filthy.
Always.
Look at the ridiculous amount of keys we've got.
I think this officially takes the prize from previously.
Cable tied this little.
It's a sink plug.
Previously Baker Street, I think, is the most keys we've ever walked around with, but this doubles
a-
it easily.
She's a jailer.
Shove it in there, lovely.
Or in my pocket.
Let's see what we're doing.
So what we're going into here is where the former lifts were. So we're in the passageways to and from the lifts here. You've got 2 lift shafts there, I think. So let's see what we can get.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Oh, hello.
Okay. Ooh, it's a little vestibule.
I mean, we're starting to see things which you'd expect to see around lifts.
Yeah,
That
okay, see a little-
circular bit of architrave that we
Alright.
normally expect. And
Enormous amount of dust.
yeah. What's the betting? We're going to go through the entire bunch and not get in through that door.
This doesn't work.
Yep, we've gone through both bunches, and Laura's just trying the last one.
Hang on, I think we've got one more.
Well, I'm keeping watch because we don't want you nicked. So I'm just staying there, all right?
Okay,
Tonight.
so that's a fail. Let's try the
All
other
right.
side. So we're actually at the Bakerloo and Northern Line depth of
Side.
things here, aren't we? Just
Yep.
to orientate where we are.
All right.
And we're at the other side, so let's give it a go.
She's got the key and the secrets.
How many secrets have we got today?
Oh, well done, first time. I can see
Oh,
a little bit
nice.
of
Oh,
torture
look.
time. Nice.
Torchy time.
That is
time.
toit.
Sounded mildly creepy.
That is literally very toit in here.
Sorry,
That
Sid,
is
sorry,
tight. No,
sorry.
don't worry.
So Law is now experiencing what Alex and I did when we first came to this.
We've
site.
done this
Just go,
before.
It's really important either. Open the door. It's very hot. It's very dusty, and there's a strange aroma. I'm not sure
But-
I can place it.
I've got a really like metally tang in my mouth.
What have you got? Have you got like a gag reflex? Because that's what happens with you.
I mean, in fairness, she's only doing what I did the first time we came here, which is dry heave, dry heave. It took me until I saw what was making the smell to go, oh, it's that.
Oh, and then you stopped driving.
Because when I was first in here, I was like, ooh, I don't know what I'm going to find. It's familiar, no?
What did you find?
What do you think it is?
I
the
have
smell?
actually referenced it on a visit that we have made just before Christmas.
Some kind of battery, something?
It's good, it's not right.
It's not the right answer.
Well, we'll find it when we get there. For viewers, it's a slightly organic smell.
Yes.
Not entirely pleasant, should we say.
But it's not terrible.
It's not terrible.
And it's familiar. Shall we?
Methane?
So I'm so sorry.
So, look, what we've got here is we've got a compressor starting up.
Was that the methane?
We've got...
Excuse me.
Big breakfast.
Metals on butane. Is that the... Anyway, you've got a lift shaft that's been capped off.
When you look up, it smells worse. I got like
As with so much in life, I don't know. And then down here, we've got the lift sump with some stairs in it. Should we go and have a look down there?
Yeah.
Let's do
Let's
it.
do it. After you, Siddles.
Look at that. They've even put the sign on it. On the
Oh, now
slate.
I can smell it.
Oh, it's fallen off.
Lick a paint, lick a paint.
Kind of smells like dirty socks.
feet is coming to mind.
Yeah, feet,
Yeah,
dirty
you're in the
socks.
right kind of zone.
It's good, but it's not the right answer.
Smells like...
Alex, isn't it nice to return to the traditional
Oh,
finger
the
point?
finger.
Actually, smells like
Yes.
blue cheese.
It's good, but it's
Stilton.
not
cheese,
right.
foot
Like
cheese.
Stilton.
Yeah, it's good, but it's not
Yeah.
right. Why are we? I'm mimicking Roy Walker.
I don't
today.
know. I mean,
I've gone all catchphrase.
apologies to anybody from the Emerald Isles.
Ooh, live January 91.
Yeah. There's a lot of improvised signage down here, which is always fun.
Good work.
It is quite strong down here, isn't it?
Let's see. Ooh, God, it's a little...
Have you got your special torch, guys?
I just
Because
did that special lighting.
Nixie's very good. He's very generous. He's giving us all special torches for Christmas. Look
We're
at that.
gonna actually
Look at
feature
that.
it on.
Look at that.
Oh.
I can't let go of it because of the way you've told me to make it extra bright. But I've got it here.
Oh, you don't have to hold it.
That's
but-
the next lift shaft over.
It is.
Yes,
Right,
that's
so
it.
Siddy
Do you want
has
me to
just
crawl
pointed
through
out
there?
here, we're not going to crawl through there because we can go in a door and that'll
Yeah.
be safer, and only I've got a bump cap on today. So,
Yep.
but you can see there's some permanent way stuff lurking in there.
And the stairs.
Again, a clue to what's making
The smell.
It's
Anybody?
nothing unpleasant.
Yes.
Dirty socks.
Sorry, is the word, but it's
No.
not. It's not right.
It's the word.
Let's just carry on down a little bit. We're gonna go complete Blair Witch on the back of Laura here.
It is remarkable though that we are in a lift shaft. This is
All the
just
cables, aren't
ridiculous,
they?
isn't it? Yeah. All
It's-
the cables.
It's exactly what these places get used for when they are disused. It's cables, permanent way equipment.
How far
and-
up can we see, Nixie, from that? Oh, blimey. That's a long way up, lovely.
Sorry, Laura, I'm just like
at
focusing
that.
on your derriere as we go up here.
I did go up the stairs first.
Oh,
This
check
is
this out. Look,
very small
Alex,
room.
I know we like our cables and connections.
That's
I
nice.
suspect a lovely little wooden box.
Black box,
And look-
right on time.
Look at that, it's a telephone connection.
Beep,
'Cause
beep, beep,
it's
beep,
got,
beep, beep, beep.
it's
The
got
dust
ever
that
ready,
just came off that.
ever ready
Ever-ready.
flag cells, 3-volt cells.
Where are your flag cells, Siddles?
Rapidly
Rapidly.
decreasing.
And there we go. Look, that's well spotted, Laura. That's in fact looks like telephone
For
connections.
Bakerloo.
Ah.
Oh, you're gonna dust
So
it.
Clock.
Oh wow.
Shell Mex.
Oh, that'll be the entrance up on the.
Southern Railway Station. Oh, escalator clock. So
So these are a mixture of telephone and other electrical
desperately
signal
high voltage
connections.
without
No,
a cover on
they
it.
won't be that high voltage. The maximum you're going to get on a telephone is like 48, 50 volts, something like that. It will give you a tingle, so don't touch the
Sounds good
contacts.
to me.
But
I quite like
typically,
tingles.
Sounds good to
Tingles
me.
and tinkles.
as you can see from that, you've only got 6 cells at 3 volts each. So,
18.
Yeah, you took in 18 volts.
Well
that's
done,
I'm
you.
like Carol Vorderman
pretty good.
today, aren't I?
It is quite claustrophobic here, so...
Don't you worry,
Yeah,
baby.
that's as far as we can go in here, but nice to find a little bit of vintage comms.
Right.
Nixie, could you just have a quick look up here as well? Because
Sure.
I was really quite impressed by the view.
Oh no, my torch.
Did we
You be careful, gorgeous.
ascertain the aroma?
Look at that.
Not yet,
No, not
we're
yet.
building up
Oh,
to
it's
the
back.
clues are there.
It's back.
Look how far up you can look there.
Oh, wow, yeah, that is
That's
quite...
impressive, right?
It's quite a way, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the concrete plug's only halfway.
Yeah.
And so this would have been the Waterloo line lift back in 1906 when it opened.
That's right.
Lifts, 2 lifts in each of these shafts?
Yep.
Wow. I mean, that's just, it's fabulous, isn't it? Right, okay, let's keep
Okay,
going.
awesome.
This is good.
Oh no, empty Lucasade.
There you go, there's a, anyone need the loo?
Oh, wow. So, for fans of the show, we often talk about if you find empty bottles that look like they're full of Lucasade in these spaces, it's really not Lucasade.
Oh,
But
very much
thankfully,
not empty.
This is a Lucasade bottle, and it is empty. Thankfully.
They're everywhere.
They're like mini fire extinguishers, aren't they?
Oh, Alex! Imagine the smell.
I'll put it out.
You haven't thought of the smell.
I wouldn't on you if you're on fire.
Right, are we going to the next?
Yeah.
Yeah, time
Shaft.
to go into the next shaft.
Let's do it.
Right.
Shaft number 2. Now, as we can see, there's quite a bit of stuff on a storage license here, which bodes well for interesting things inside it. Has she
Bad
found
one
the right
doesn't
key?
know what keys are for.
Yeah.
She's got the right key. Impressive.
Oh, it stinks even more here. Oh,
That's quite lively, isn't it? So at this point, you might put the 2 and 2 together because it was so strong here.
The face.
It's so strong here that it was enough to make me go, oh, I know
That'll
what
be
it
it.
is.
So what do you think
It's
it is?
The smell of wood. It's a particular sort of hardwood that she used for sleepers. So now just think, last time you put down bark chips in your garden, it's a very similar smell to that.
Be careful with
It's
that.
got that slightly
I saw your
acidic
face.
tannin smell
Wow.
to
Is
it.
that what you can smell? Can you get it?
And the last time you smelt that and went in
kind of smells like
was
vinegar too.
when we did the
Treated wood.
when we did the Camden walk. Do you remember they were drilling some of these sleepers
Oh,
when we walked back to the platform, and I went, "Oh, you're going to smell that again soon," and it's here.
Do you want to smell the wood?
No, I've sniffed it. Thanks. I've already had my nose in that wood.
So where are we going next?
Smell the
then?
wood.
Well, let's just take in what we've got now that we've worked out what the smell is. You've got nice bare cast iron lift shaft here.
None of the
And
typical
then-
markings.
Oh,
You've
look,
got-
there is. Baker Street and Waterloo upside
There you
down. Wesso.
Nice.
Now, you were saying, weren't you, that Wesso was one of the companies that made these tunnel rings?
Yeah.
One of what, couple?
You've got places like Stanton and Staveley and so on, and Shipbridge. So there's quite a few. A lot of them are up north, either in Derbyshire or around sort of Newcastle around there. There's a lot of foundries.
23 feet,
Yeah, nice.
diameter
Yeah,
rings.
because of course we're in Imperial, it's very early. And then you've got off the side of it these later editions of the stairs
Yeah.
down. You've got one on each side.
To the sump.
Yeah, that's right, down into the sump, because this has been modified at some point.
Yeah.
And if you look around, you can see you've got an entrance bricked up. I'm pretty sure that's a cleaner's cupboard on the other side of that.
Oh, wait, Chris.
Look.
Oh, what a
There,
shame.
yeah.
Maybe the cleaner's cupboard has
I
some.
can't remember if it does actually have the
I
tiles in
wonder.
there.
We should have a
It
look.
might. I mean, we should at least check it, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
At
What a
worst, we're going to
What a
see
shame because they've stripped it all off
Yeah,
on
they
that
have.
side.
But you can see there's been some modification and there's painting
Original
happened
paint.
here. So given that this has been put in, I think it's had some kind of reuse. You wouldn't just put a floor in to store
Yeah.
P-way equipment. So
P-way permanent way,
permanent
like
way,
track
so, yeah,
stuff.
People
That's
who
all right.
maintain the track equipment. And so
Do you want me to check through that door?
that's the corridor on the other side.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
I mean,
Shall
I knew
we?
that.
let's make that happen.
Shall we? We could do that, couldn't we? And then go and have a look in the cupboard. Do you want to look in the cupboard? Sidiv, do you want to go and have a little explore?
Should we go and have a quick look?
Yeah.
Quick
in
cupboard,
there?
look.
Do that. This is fun, isn't it? We've been making this one up on the hoof.
Oh, it works. No.
Well, look, we're being thorough at at least we checked, but all the tiles are gone. We were right to check though, yeah? And to be honest, the backs of those tiles is enough for me. You know those are Leslie Green witness marks, Leslie Green tiling witness marks. So although the tiles don't survive, we know they were there.
But for anyone who's not watched one of these episodes before, those marks are the way that the tiles glue into the cement or whatever they use to put them on the wall, don't
That's
they?
right, and so you can just see in the backs of them, the reason that there are chunks of tiles still left in the mortar is they're very good at holding onto the tiles, so the tiles just break apart if you try and take them off a wall.
So far so good then. The Bakerloo line arrived and lifts were sunk to platforms split, weren't they? Split. Northbound and southbound were sort of on top of each other here. Because of Whaley, the sort of like ownership of road above and putting platforms in a direction. Is that the sort of reason why that might be?
I mean, I presume so. I mean, around here, would Whaley have been an issue, or is it, I think it's to do with going under the river.
Right.
Taking less space of tunnelling under the river, but I'm not
There's a mixture of coming under the river, staying under the roads, and also building underneath an existing station.
Yeah.
So those are all the challenges about confines of sites.
Cool.
And that's why you don't have a surface building here, a big one. It's the same as Embankment, Regent's Park, Trafalgar Square, again on the old Bakerloo line. None of them had a big surface presence because they were fitting in around sites that already had a lot going on at surface level. Should we take a quick look down the stairs while we're still in here? Lead on law. Sorry, I seem to be getting your back in shot on this.
It's
not
normally
actually
me.
intentional.
I'm really glad it's not my bottom that's all over this episode.
Nick, you want me to bring the camera?
Yes, please.
What do you reckon?
Oh, wow, my favourite sign so far, it just says, not sure. That's genius. What's it say on the other side? Oh, it's blank.
So this is through where we were before?
That's exactly right, Noel, yeah. So we look through from the other side, and if you're still watching, we could just see those chairs from the other side. So these are the things that rails sit on. So the nice thing about these chairs, you see they've got all these kind of like springs down here, the bolts, and that's about how they anchor into the concrete in the platform track areas. And then they've got these little rubber pads on them, which are designed to just reduce some of the noise transmission from the rail wheel interface.
So can I ask a question then? Technical question, please, sir.
Yeah.
With the springs, does that mean that the tracks actually can bounce up and down? How does it work?
This is actually about keying it into the concrete.
Yeah.
So
Right.
when you pour wet concrete in, it just forms a tight bond with that.
Makes like a raw plug.
Yeah. It's
Like a
effectively
raw
like
plug.
rebar in the concrete as well. Yeah.
Plugs.
And speaking of the
Bane of
concrete,
my life.
there is your fast setting concrete just
Right.
there. So those two go together.
Lovely.
Right. Makes
Now,
perfect
what I
sense.
was going to make a comment about is that the only times we've sort of seen lift shafts split up into different compartments has normally been for wartime.
my
Now,
guess.
do you think this is wartime?
It's why I was saying upstairs, I don't think you just do that to store permanent way equipment more effectively.
Well, this does look like quite old concrete, actually.
Yeah, and it's clearly had some fire cladding added to it later, so I suspect that's quite an old standard of thickness of pillar that's sort of been beefed up a
And
little
you've
bit.
How do you know it's had fire cladding?
It's this
twice?
material
This material here, it's like,
Right over there.
Yeah.
but also you've got like a hatch here, which you could have
Yes.
had through lifting stuff through.
I don't know if I'll capture that on camera, but yes, actually I do. So yeah, that's designed for dropping
And it would
equipment
make
down.
sense, wouldn't it? Because this was a kind of a big rail terminal.
Of course,
if you're going to
yeah.
put, I don't know, people making decisions,
Munitions.
this is a good place to put them.
And as you saw that from that communications terminal block with all the telephones and clocks, it's already got communications coming through here. So it makes sense if you say wanted to put personnel in. I don't know if that's how it's used, but it would make sense. It's in the right place. I'm slightly distracted by the fact, we in the early series we had a lot of catchphrases, and one of them was teeny tiny. The smallest wheelie bin I've ever seen. It's like
Incredible,
somebody's
isn't
just taken a real one and shrunk it.
I'm slightly distracted by footprints on the ceiling.
Sorry.
Wow. What a feeling when you're dancing
Oh, what a
on the ceiling.
feeling. Well, maybe it's haunted.
I'm guessing it's because that hatch folds back.
It opens.
Somebody has been walking on it. I was just enjoying watching Alex's face going,
How did they do that?
somebody with a long pole and some
Spider-Man.
boots just having a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Right then, shall we...
I was
yeah.
going to say, so obviously we've got lift shafts for the Bakerloo line, but not for the Northern,
No.
because the Northern arrived here in 1915 and have escalators.
Isn't that interesting? And of course, we know from previous episodes that if you're going to put escalators into a lift station, you have to move the station building, not the platforms, because you can't move them. So that would be why York Road moved, I assume, because you can't go up and down a lift. You're going to have to go
They
horizontally.
cut through it, I think.
Yes.
Diagonal.
Yeah.
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 So,
So, should we go on to a bit of platform
Yeah,
work?
let's do that.
Let's do that now. I think we should maybe do the Northern line first.
Oh, just to shake it up a little bit.
Yeah, why not? Break the chronology.
Shake it up, shake it up.
Now, I know you've got to go,
yes.
but give us a tease as to what sort of things we can look forward to in this place. Because I would say we're by the river.
Yep.
It's a station that's been tiled a gazillion times. So
Yep.
there's got to be evidence of its valor.
Of course, and the Jubilee line, you still haven't even had a look at that. So plenty more for you guys to explore.
Right, you've got to go, baby, but you've got the key, so we ought to really do the handover.
Yes,
haven't we, really?
here
Let's
you
see.
go, you get the train. Just as the train comes in. Well, enjoy exploring.
See you in a bit.
See you in the
See you in
studio.
a bit, baby.
And you've got a belt on your trousers, Alex, otherwise those are going to make your ankle hanging around here.
Bye, guys. Bye.
Do you know the thing is, this is a dead straight platform as well, isn't it? Absolutely dead
Actually-
straight. Love you. Bye.
Right, so I'd like us to go into this quite tight area, just
Yep.
to, at the end of the platform, just to explain what we're going to do. So we're at the river end of the station here, and in the Second World War, something really rather bad could have happened here if the tunnel had been breached with a bomb
But
in the Second World War.
They did stuff about it, didn't
They
they?
had something very clever here. Look carefully at the mouth of that tunnel, you get a suggestion as to what we might find inside. So,
And
let's
Laura,
go.
you are going to love this because this is one of two places that we adored about this station. Here we go.
Let's do it, let's get in there.
And look, immediately, Laura, you can see the Charles Holden tiles. Just very quickly, Nixie, just to make the point of where we are, this is the back of the southbound platform on the Northern Line. Nixie's
Yeah, I'm just
actually
filming
filmed the
through the
train
grate
right
so you
behind
can
you.
see the train.
And what we can see in here is what's left of the gorgeous Charles Holden
Tell you what, though, let
tile
me,
design.
get the panel light on for you, so our lovely viewers can see.
Isn't it
a bit more of
gorgeous?
what you can see.
And it's all still there. And if you look along, this would have carried on all the way along the platform because we're just effectively in a cupboard. But better still, Nixie, this has got many, many other uses because I know you love the tiles, Law, but if you turn just to your right, you'll notice something else because the floodgates block the electricity supply, gives it away as to what all this is here on the right-hand side.
Right, let me swing it round. Very dusty.
And also at the
Chris's
risk of getting my
eyes.
torch very dirty, this is the one that's got the magnetic base. We'll just do a check, because often these are metal tiles with enamel, but these ones aren't. They're
They're not.
actually ceramic.
I'll tell you what I've just spotted as well, Nixie, that we didn't see last time. Please clear silt before operating gate.
Makes sense.
Silt.
So if you've actually had a flood in the tunnel, you want to clear the silt off it. And this is partly why, look, I don't know if you can catch this down here, but the way these gates operate, if you look right down here, this is called a rack. Okay, and inside there is a thing called a pinion, which is a tiny little gear which engages with that, and it's that gear operating on that rack which slides the gate backwards and forwards. It's a bit like steering on a car is often a rack and pinion steering as well.
And so just to be really clear, just for anybody who's thinking, what is this all about? This was to stop the London Underground being flooded.
That's right.
If a bomb went in the river, right?
Yep.
So it went in the, if it plopped in the river and penetrated the tunnel, it would only fill the cavity under the river because these doors, these waterproof doors, would slide across,
They'd stop the trains, obviously,
Yep.
but they'd also stop the water coming in, wouldn't they? That's
Yeah, they'd
basically-
also make sure, obviously, the trains were out of the tunnel.
Yeah.
As soon as there was an air raid declared, they'd get the trains out of the tunnel, stop them with the signals, make sure no more went in, and then they'd shut the gates once they were sure they were clear.
Every time there was an air raid.
That's right, yeah. And before these were installed, on some bits of the river that were particularly vulnerable, they actually just stopped running the trains through and filled the tunnels with concrete temporarily. When war was declared. The other thing just to imagine here is you can imagine how many tons these weigh, solid steel, very heavy bits of steel. Have you seen this handle here?
Yeah.
Because if the electric's packed up,
So it's a bit like a lift winch.
that's it, you'd have to
Right.
wind it by hand.
So you
with
put
the
that
biggest
in
winding
there,
handle. Yeah,
like
that's
that,
right, yeah.
and turn it over.
Yeah, crazy, yeah?
It's bizarre to think as well that they left all this stuff in place. Would they ever? Do you think they'd ever bring these things back into service?
Well, these have all been decommissioned because thankfully we're no longer at war
Yeah.
and they're not required. And these would have originally had a control room at Leicester Square, and then, as we've talked about before, of course, it then moved in Cold War times to the bunker that they built at North End, Bull and Bush. So these could have been controlled locally or remotely from there.
Incredible. It's incredible. So even in the course of the series that we've done, we've literally given you the gates,
Yep.
we've given you the control points, we've been to the station that was never a station that actually ended up being effectively the signal box for all of these incredible floodgates. We're gradually piecing together the tube.
I mean, we've seen one or two of these before, but not huge amounts of them because there aren't that many left around. A lot of them where they can, they've taken them out, but here it's obviously quite tight, so they've just left them in situ. But of course, where you find one floodgate and you have multiple tunnels, we may find others. So, Laura, what do you reckon?
Because I'm filming you guys
Let me-
as well.
I was gonna say-
No. I just turned round before to see if I was blocking this camera angle and didn't realise we were so close to the track. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Okay.
So we have like the machinery and we have the tiles and we have the proximity to track in this tiny little area.
But when
It's
Nixie and I
pretty cool.
came to have a look at this, there are two places in this station that I knew you'd love. This was one of them. There is another one which I
Okay.
think on balance is even more gorgeous.
The green is insane.
But isn't it just
Loving
stunning?
it.
And you know, even simple things like the detail of Morden up there.
Yeah.
And there's just, if you look, if we only bother to look, put your phones away, guys. There's all detail everywhere.
I mean, in fairness, you'd have to look pretty hard through that window on the train when you came in
Yeah.
here to see
Limit.
this one.
I
but
give it a
you
go.
are exactly right,
There
normally
we
there.
go.
There we
Isn't
go.
that cool?
Give it full beans on the
Yeah.
big torch.
And the
Absolutely.
lovely kind of narrow, kind of grey banner in between.
It's gorgeous.
And then the thick one, yeah.
Can you hear the hiss?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's because we've still got air in some of the control lines in here for controlling things like points or train stops, all that sort of goodness.
Incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. Well,
Okay,
on we
well,
go.
look, this is only the start. Let's
Yeah.
go and see what else we can find. So let's just enjoy this train coming in. There we go. After you, Laura.
Come on in, lover. Right.
Wow.
It's dark, but it's cool.
Well, I think I can see we're going to need a bit of torchage in here. So, did you get a nice shot of that? That is even better, isn't it? Oh, it's please clean sill, not silt, before operating gate. Sorry, I misheard.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else have we got? Wow, that is. Oh, you're right there, look. Did you?
There was a hole.
Oh, yeah.
Found a hole.
Lordy.
But there's your
Oh,
rack
wow. Hey, look at this. Right, I'm going to get excited about a bin. This is a sand bucket, but quite a modern one. That was I think that was the last iteration of, second to last iteration. I think
do you know
it's
about
it's
sand
metal,
buckets?
right? They then did a fiberglass version, because fiberglass doesn't burn when you're putting out fire, right? For the Fleet line. But we've got one of the fiberglass ones. I don't think we've got one of those in our collection.
I mean, to be honest, they're probably
I'm
not
gonna-
going to miss it in here, are they?
Gonna have
There's
a
actually
little,
sand still in it. I love
have a
that.
little photo of that. So,
Chris taking a picture of a bucket.
yeah, I'm easily pleased. And look, over here,
Doing terrible camera work.
can you see we've got more of these things we were
Yeah.
talking about before, these telephone and
Just about to get
electrical
ready to go to
connections. And again over here, you've got what I presume were indicator panels for the status of the gate.
They are the same as what was the other side without our covers off.
Yeah.
3 lights. These are bulbs, aren't they?
Yeah, and you've got wire wound resistors, I think, in there as well at the top.
Coat hook.
I love her so much. I love her so much. Nix is trying to dissect the London Underground. And you go, yeah, I can hang my coat on here.
Do you know, I have seen some great improvised coat hooks in my time. I've never seen one that's as crude as that.
Sorry, who would hang their coat in this filth? This is
well,
disgusting.
I'm guessing it was clean once upon a time.
Yeah.
But Lord, I don't know if you can get this, but look, you've got things like the old vintage bell there, and this control panel. Let's just have a
Don't give me aggro.
Careful look. Oh look, GC.
Hello. Oh, General Electric. Can we do that? Can we?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Clear, danger, danger, clear.
And look, this is this the instructions for operation? What's the date on it? Yeah, 1940.
Oh, hold on a minute. This is the other side of the signal thing, isn't
Evan,
it? Look.
Evan Evans, I know that name. He's the operating manager. Look.
So good they said you named him it
All
twice.
sent out from all sent out from 55 Broadway.
Now hold on a minute. Switch controlling inner home signal, right? Now is this that up there, Nixie? What I'm just looking at straight in front of me. Is this the switch controlling the inner home signal? Is that a way of being able to set the signal to danger, red? If they needed to permanently move it to red.
Yeah, that's right. So the danger, danger, clear, clear is a signal status. So yeah, and then you have a home and an inner home signal staged
in the run up to a station.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And
what
so
I'm also finding interesting is just looking down here is some of these little Easter eggs. Like apparently, permanent way offices were at Chalk Farm at the time, according to this, and they've got the auto telephone numbers. Defence regulations, permits into London Inspection Board's premises.
It's foul, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's foul.
I have seen worse, but not very often.
But interesting, this is the reverse side of the lights, the brass cabinet on the end of the platforms, is it?
Well, I mean, it's a similar design, but it's got kind of rectangular lights rather than. I presume that was open and closed on there, or some variant of it. But this is only for floodgates. This isn't because it's got floodgate regulations on the back of it, and I've never seen this on a platform as a signal control. It's clearly.
Can you open that flap and just see what's
there? That's a good point.
I'm just I'm really curious. Sorry, I'm terribly
just trying to see
nosy.
if shining a light will work. But yes.
Oh
yeah, there we go. Open, closed.
Oh
Brilliant.
wow! Look at that. Can you
get that, Law?
Can you see it, Law? This is mad. If you
so the open is very
easy. Can I move that there
see.
just for a second?
And then close. Actually, hang on a second.
Can we rub our hands?
The obvious thing is do that.
Look at that,
So
and
there's
then
open,
if I can
and
do the other side.
Close.
Oh look! Oh, that is so cool.
And then you've just got these little pygmy bulbs, as they call them, the tiny bulbs, which light it up.
And red is closed.
Not
Actually,
closed.
shut it down a little bit. Maybe you can see.
Oh yeah,
There we go.
that's cool. Yeah.
Oh, that is. Look at that. That's really eerie, isn't it? Imagine that's wartime, and all of a sudden the close light comes on. That's terrifying, right? Wow.
Fantastic.
Wow. Absolutely.
What a
brilliant.
great relic.
Right. Well, I suppose we better see what else we can find.
That's the northern line. Should we go and see
Beckerloo?
what we can find into Beckerloo?
Beckerloo.
So much exploring.
Yeah.
Can we get a photograph of that, Nix, before we go? If
I
I
think
like
we
one,
should.
you like the other, and then we'll do a. Because this is too good to miss. Actually, it's just. Oh, I'm so filthy.
I think it's got to the point where so.
No comment. There we go. Right, 3, 2, 1.
Do you want one, Law?
Can you send
I'll send
I'll send it.
Right then.
Nix's will be better.
To the Beckerloo. It's getting grim, people.
I don't know why I'm finding this so funny, but you guys are properly dusty.
Absolutely.
I can't even get my hand through my hair. It's
Oh,
dusty.
wow.
Oh my
Should have tied it back.
Is it like that dry shampoo?
It pretty much is.
But the
dust.
opposite.
Don't need it in a can, just go into a cupboard.
You know how we often talk about looking in the switch room cupboards and things like that because you've got an old platform here, then with stuff built into it. Shall we?
Yeah. Well, this is the one that I would want to show you. I think because if you look, oh my goodness.
There you go. He's trying his best for you. Look.
Open up, Law. If you just put that on there. Look, and up there, you can see, babe. That is the green, the original green of the Leslie Green tile design.
Green by name, green by nature.
Is that green with envy?
I also, Alex, I don't know if you noticed, but you're actually in what might be described as the cupboard of the beast.
Wow.
And there he is.
Aptly put. Aptly put. So this
Right
is an electrical room, but obviously was part of the platform at one time.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel there are greater riches, and I feel that they're just over there.
This is at the very end of the platform, so we can have a guess as to where we are and what we might get. It's filthy and it's dark. Come on in though, babe. Hold on.
Wow.
Now look.
That is
And here we are. We have another one,
dark.
Nixie. Wow. Looking round, Law, you can see the original Leslie Green pattern. That
I feel
beautiful.
we're going to get law reaction cam going on here.
Get nearer if you can. I can light
I
that
tell you
down
what,
there.
though, as well, just look behind you, just for the assault on the senses, because don't
coming.
shine the torch at them. But we're about to get training.
That's so cool.
Cool,
isn't it?
though.
I love the fact even the driver just sort of stopped up short. So there we go. There is another one of those floodgates, and look, you can see the handles attached to this one, Nixie. Can you see just behind Law's?
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
actually on there, the crank.
It's actually in situ. That's very cool, isn't it?
And this, now, tell me this. This, I've seen this before. Is this?
Oh yeah.
Is this what you would attach a train to if you were going to pull it along?
No, this is permanent way equipment,
Right.
and it's a lifting. I'm not sure exactly of the name for it, but it's a lifting bar, and you see at that end, there's
Yeah.
like a panel and a claw. He's just giving us a little tee from the driver. So, Alex, if you imagine, I'm so dirty anyway. I'm just trying to see what I can find. That'll do. Tell you what, let's just do it with a bolt. Imagine we've got a bit of rail.
Yeah.
And you want to lift it. It's basically that goes onto it, and when you pull that way, it holds the top of it. So if you get a bunch of people with these bars all on top of the rail and lifting, you can shift the rail
Like a
more
hoik.
easily
We might call it a hoik.
while you're standing up, without having to bend over and pick it up. So
Yeah.
and you can position the rail with it as well.
Now,
So that's what
over
it's
here,
for. We've got Law in a tile moment.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that. Are
It's
you?
so much like such a different green
Yeah,
when look at that.
that's beautiful.
that
isn't it?
really is. It's
Spearmint.
yeah.
Yes. Love spearmint.
But I just, looking at that, there's the brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that is
Choc
so
mint.
lovely.
Mint choc chip.
Mint choc chip.
It's yeah. If you go with the spearmint colour, you're not allowed to put a grey one next to it, which is known as rhino. That would be very off message. Just there, you've got more of those indicator boxes. You see with the three
Floodgate
bulbs. So they
indicator.
would have had a legend on the front that would presumably say open or close again.
But I mean, it's lovely because when we came and had a look round, and love the fact that even we still explore these places. I didn't spot those brown ones up there when we were looking.
They're very, very teapot, aren't they?
Very brown Betty. I mean, mint choc chip, I think is.
Yeah, mint chocolate chip and
Clean up
tea.
the wrong
Yeah,
ones. Look, this one's much easier.
we always make life
I
difficult
know,
for
it's like
ourselves,
right
don't
in
we?
there.
I'm just.
Oh,
It
makes
amazes
Oh my
me.
goodness, look at that world's biggest GC
Where's that? Where?
bell just up there.
Oh wow, that's a big bell.
That's colossal. I haven't got anything for scale. I'll try and get Laura in.
What
for
a
scale.
massive bell.
hand.
Look over
Another
there
one
as
for
well.
the Hidden London bingo there, Alex.
Look
Thank you.
there. I just wanted to show you this. Do you remember when we used to talk about the fluffers?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh yeah, Dust
mean-
Bunny Central, right?
Dust and hair.
Yeah.
I
I
just-
just think it was a pleasure.
It's
And
just
then what I'm just wondering, Alex, if I
open up.
oh look at that business end.
Oops, sorry.
Wow, good touch work. So you got this all
And
this
there's a crank.
drivetrain in there, which
Looks like there's
is
something else. What's that, Nixie? If you open the other door, I'm so sorry.
no, it's all right.
What's that? That thing.
Oh, that looks like a brake to me. Yes, it looks like a brake drum and pads to stop it, basically, make sure it doesn't move. But yeah, that's quite a thing. Also, final thing, if I can just borrow
Yeah,
your torch
sure.
a second, down here, bevel gear.
I think I went to school with bevel
Gears
gear,
cut-
actually.
Gears cut on an angle.
Richard's daughter.
Wow. That allows you to turn the drive through 90 degrees. That
Oh
set
my
of
goodness,
gears.
that's amazing. Absolutely
Wow.
amazing. So there we are. That is the inner workings of a floodgate.
Well, I think that's pretty interesting, wasn't it? I have to say, I'm just going to switch my light off so I don't shine it at the driver, but just so that you can.
Look.
Oh yeah, you've got tiles
Also,
all the way
oh my
over
God,
as
look
well.
at that up there.
Yeah,
But
just be
also-
careful with your light, Alex.
Yeah, we're all good.
And I'm just going to get the train leaving, and we'll magically head to the other platform.
Hey.
Oh,
Hey.
Tooting! So, here we are, another river end of the Bakerloo Line platform. Wow, that is loud. Can you see inside the tunnel? You've got that sort of squared off bit,
Yeah.
which goes just tight either side of the track, and that's where the floodgate would have slid across into that bed, and then you could seal up around the track to stop the water coming in around the
Does
rails.
that help, Nick? So you can just about
Yeah,
see it?
that's really helpful actually.
clever.
In fact, let's.
We can only do that just because
we've got
there's
a
no
4
trains
minute gap.
coming. Yeah.
So
Can you see that on
let's,
there?
How about
You can
that?
pick that up on the.
Yeah.
on the-
so
on the
you can
camera.
actually see the frame with the manufacturer's name up the top, and then that bed that it would slide across.
And that
to.
white track. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
remarkable to think that that would have held the water back in its own way.
Yeah.
Remarkable.
But before we go in there, I think let's have a little looky at this
one?
this cupboard here, because if I remember correctly from when Alex and I came and did a little recce, yep, that's the one.
Is this a goodie?
Have a look to your left, Laura. Do you need some light? There we go.
Oh, look.
Look, actual, you can't get it fully open, but actual tile pattern.
you find this?
We're just
Open-
really nosy.
You're so
We
clever.
Open every door.
Look, but you've got the Alex, come in.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've seen it before. The brown
It's
as
lovely,
well.
isn't it? It's
So-
just gorgeous.
This looks like kind of original end to the passenger platform area.
That was
'cause
worth a dusty eyeball a moment ago.
I also, what we couldn't work out is what this tiny little
pulley.
pulley is for on here. So, anybody got any
Anybody?
ideas? You know where to put it. Comments down below while you're at it. Like and subscribe. Excellent. Right.
Look at that at the top as well. You've got the brown top line as
Oh,
well.
sorry, no. These are actually really quite shiny. You don't need to clean
yeah,
those off.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
gorgeous.
So
Don't
pretty.
need to get the old.
I love this. I
and
love
then
the
bare
pattern.
concrete blocks on that side.
Yeah.
Do you know, I'm weird though. I like the concrete block with the tile.
Yeah. Well, obviously, this is all the later modification, just to create
but
it into
I
a
kinda
room.
Like,
But
quite like that mix of texture.
it's quite nice to get the grandeur on one side and then,
Well, it kinda
lights off.
Just signifies change and reusing, repurposing, rebuilding. With that little moment of museum loveliness in there as well.
I love,
I
the way,
agree.
I
Should
love
we,
how you go running for the camera. This is so cool.
Should we do the honours?
Yes.
We've only got one more floodgate.
Left or straight on?
Straight on.
FGR.
I was like, not the danger room.
FGR, floodgate
Yes.
room.
Love this.
Yeah, that is an old sign. Just to be clear for anybody wondering about us going in there, the sign that you can see on the door is an old one. The equipment in there is powered down, and that is why we're okay to go in there.
Before?
No.
No, right, that's not that one.
Okay, baby.
There'll be a cut here.
Time, sorry.
It wasn't this one.
Who put her in charge of keys?
Okay, Laura, you can still go in. Have the
Little
keys.
test for the boys.
Let's go.
Just making sure they're still on it.
Right, now, torch time. Here we go. Laura, what do you make? Come on in, Alex.
Holy
Get this for the viewers.
moly.
I
Look,
have
it's-
never seen a floodgate with the word floodgate written on it. Or one that's been painted red, actually, I don't think. I've never seen black ones.
Absolutely wonderful. And look, the tiles. They're all still here, Law. We have the brown. We have the. It's just
Get in there for the
stunning.
viewers and feast your eyes.
And it literally says floodgate as the. Can you imagine that though? The imposing look of a big metal block at the end of your train tunnel that says floodgate and it's actually activated because it would be there.
How would this be moved? How would the floodgate be moved?
I think we've got a train coming as well.
The best till last.
Yeah,
There's
we're
so
looking
much
away.
going on, Alex. I think is a train coming?
Yeah.
Can you, let's just take the light off. Capture that. It's like, there's so much going on, isn't
Didn't
there?
quite get to the
I like that you finished with the little round.
little moment there, little moment of roundulation there.
Well, look, Sorry, Lord, just
No,
didn't need your eyes, did you?
In the way.
So who've we got? We've got Glenfield and Kennedy, Hydraulic Engineers Kilmarnock. So, Laura, you were just asking how were these powered?
Yeah.
They're powered hydraulically.
Okie doke.
So you can have both electrical and hydraulically powered floodgates.
And what would floodgate equipment be? Replacements?
It's a very good question. It's locked, so I can't find out. But it may have been just for the maintenance of the running gear. It might have been to do with the seals that I was talking about before down there in the track. But, I mean, as well as all that kind of rough shuttered concrete that you've got where it's been modified, the tiles, as you say, just stunning. You've got the pattern surviving in there. And we've got our little friend here again, the indicator panel.
Oh,
but this one's, look, it's missing its legends.
Yeah,
so I'm glad we
got the money shot,
found them upstairs. What I'm also curious about is this one's got a bit of writing too. It's just slightly cheap.
Charing Cross,
Oh, well
Waterloo.
done. You're doing well
Look at
reading
hang
that.
on.
That's very good. Oh, well done. Yeah.
I mean, look, I'm well past the point.
Yeah.
But
Acknowledging push.
yeah,
This
now
is
look,
different.
actually this one had other things. Clearly these would light up with things as well. So yeah, it's complicated business, isn't it? Old bulkhead lamp, Alex, for
a
a
lovely
little,
bulkhead down there.
bit
Look at
of
that.
lamp
God.
indulgence.
There we go.
Sorry, Laura.
Lamp indulgence, new phrase.
Look at that there. We got that there.
Another
And look up
massive
here
bell.
as well.
Never grows
It's
old.
too much, isn't it?
Yeah.
But look at this as well, Laura. We're close enough to see the brown close
Yeah.
up. It's just lovely. You going to do your finger job?
Oh, I'm glad I did.
Nice.
It's lovely. Good
Bit
work.
of polishing.
Yeah.
Hey, I've just
Go
seen.
in, go
Does
in,
that
go in.
open?
Go in, go in, go
Yeah,
in.
you can see all the cream.
Look at the pack. Oh no! Oh
That
no!
wasn't
Look at
working,
that. Keep going, Al. Keep.
It's kind of unfocused.
I've just noticed we've got a little panel here, but it's just a plain light indicator. It doesn't have any kind of writing or legend on it. It does have a little bulb in there.
It's very cute. Can you fling it open?
It's a bit stiff.
I bet.
It happens.
Yeah. All that, 1:10.
Right. Okay. Good work.
Well, look, ordinarily...
Can you light
swear-
that? By the
Oh,
way,
sorry.
just because I'm rubbish at that bit, could you just light the cracks?
Wow, look at the crazing.
And they're called
Yes.
crazing.
Yeah, it's great.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I
They
love
always
it.
add some interest, don't they? Yeah, just mind the bit of pipe on the floor.
Absolutely.
Well, look, I don't know about you guys, but ordinarily I'd be going, wow, highlight, back to the studio. But there's a bit more.
Oh my goodness.
Lovely
Because-
jubbly.
And, you know, I'm conscious we've got to be out of here soon for meetings and stuff like that. But,
Food.
yeah, that too, that too. But we've also got an entire extra line to go at, which is the Jubilee line. And that was my first job at the museum nearly 25 years ago, doing tours on that part of the line as it opened. And I know some secret bits of that as well. So do you fancy it?
So we've
Absolutely.
got Golden Oldie with us. Showing
You
us
just
the
like put
way.
the biggest handprint on my shoulder.
It's not that bad.
Right then, shall we?
Yes.
Let's do it.
On that.
I feel like this is one of those times when you don't really need a sign to tell you it's the Jubilee line if you know anything about it, because the join is really
Can you
quite
see
obvious.
the join?
And so this is the final bit of Waterloo, joined in 1999 on November the 20th, when the final section of the Jubilee line opened up and connected up to Green Park. And this has something in it that only exists in one other place on the underground. Anybody?
Oh,
Checking out Alex's
yes.
face to see how.
Yes.
Go on.
A travelator.
That's right. There's only two places that've got one. One is Waterloo, and the other one is the city, otherwise known as Bank.
The two of them.
And yeah, shall we?
Shall we? Yeah.
We don't
Let's
have to
go
walk.
play.
It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it's. I mean, there's lots of things that are really cool. The Jonas Brothers poster is really quite revealing. But tell us about this here.
Well, I know if you fly a lot, these things aren't new, but on the underground, they're quite a rarity. Some people call them travelators. That's a brand name, so it's only if it's made by Travelator you can call it a travelator, otherwise it's a moving walkway, which is what we tend to refer to them as here. Right. But I'm really looking forward to shooting this next bit.
It's a funny old station though, because when you think about everything that you were involved with. No, I know. But do we have to do the obvious gag? Yeah, we're going to do the obvious.
Well, normally when we time lapse something for speed, it's like wobbly bum shot walking off, but not today. I can just film
Why
your
did I
back
know
without
you were
it
going
being
to do
wobbly.
this?
Let's
I
go.
just
I'll go first. You
knew.
go behind me.
I just did. Check out the Jonas Brothers. You do the amazing.
I think you're still supposed to hold the handrail. And if you look just above your heads here, you will see it is end of moving walkway.
So there we are, the joys of a travelator moving walkway.
Yeah, and of course the other thing which I should have said about Bank is it doesn't just have one anymore, one set, because of course the capacity upgrade put in a second set to speed up the journey to the central line from the northern line. So yeah, there's now an increasing number of them around here. Also, you notice it's got still the same rules as an escalator, stand on the right. So perfectly welcome to stand still on it, but just do so on the right hand side so that people can overtake on the left.
So this is a bit like one of those massive crossroads in New York, isn't it? Because behind us, over there, behind the camera, we've got the walkways. Down there we've got the Jubilee line.
Yeah.
Down there we've got the Jubilee line, and you can go up there to the railway line.
That's right. So yeah, you've got lots of different places to go, either way out, as you say.
It's an interchange I use a lot, actually.
Yes.
Yes.
And we love Waterloo, but we're suddenly realising how massive the real estate is at Waterloo. There's so much walking.
It's built on a different scale, isn't it? It's partly because it has to fit in around what's already in the ground. It's also because you're using more mechanical means of digging than they did, well over 100 years ago. And also the fit and finish is different, isn't it? It's a lot more, as they described it, engineering on show. So you've got lining rings here, which are being filled in.
11th of May 1995.
Yeah. And it was never originally intended to fit them with cast iron lining rings. It was all going to be done with shotcrete concrete, but because there was a problem with the use of shotcrete on another project, it got temporarily stopped. And meanwhile, the underground had to keep going, so they ordered a load of lining rings to fit it out anyway. And because of that, they then made a feature out of it on the different stations. Westminster, London Bridge, they've all got different style of infill. Here you've got these quite plain silver panels, but they all came up with a different way of making that functional thing a bit more decorative. And also this palette that we're really used to today of glass and steel and concrete. Really, the Jubilee line extension is the first one to do that en masse, and
it was dramatic as well. If you think about Canary Wharf Station on the Jubilee, it's such a stunning station. It's won awards for its look as well. Now upstairs, you showed your disdain for modern architecture with 0 words completely. Do you think the architecture of the Jubilee line kind of redeems modern architecture?
Very much so, yes.
There were two other massive things that Jubilee line did, which I think we should have a look at. One is it was one of the first lines to introduce step-free access as a given. Okay, so you can see over there there's a lift.
Yeah.
And also the other thing is about fire escape routes and fire design. We touched on that a little bit. Mornington Crescent, which was a station upgraded around the same time the Jubilee line was being kicked off. So you see odd little staircases and access routes on Jubilee line stations, and that's what I want to go and show you now.
Fab.
So should we go that way?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I think the thing about this place though, when you look down here, the architecture is remarkable. We've got the platform edge doors. We even found in the control room earlier, didn't we, that all the staff have got to check that these platform edge door keys work with a test keyhole in the office. It's just incredible. And then you've got the tile work and all of the concrete and the metal. But it is a striking design, isn't it? It is. The Jubilee line.
It's very clean design, but it's not without its little bits of jewellery. So we've got mosaic tiling on the wall there. It's also, I rather like these backlit glass signs. It's nod back to those sort of stained glass versions of those that you see on really old school stations and being used as train describers. And then above it, see that punch panel?
Yeah.
But it's acoustic damping. It's why
exactly.
You see how the sound's really clean. There's no echo.
And it's very similar. So you said something a minute ago about the way in which these stations were designed. And it reminded me when we were looking at all of the Elizabeth line stations with those massive fire exits and things like that, but also the acoustic panels, because they're all over the Elizabeth line as well, aren't they?
That's right. So, I mean, you can imagine taking a Jubilee line extension station, increasing the size of it and winding the technology on a bit more, and you're basically at an Elizabeth line station.
Spray it cream.
It's, you know, there's some different touches. But the thing which I really want to talk about was this, the emergency exits. Because they are a bit of the stations that most people will never see, hopefully. They'll never need to.
Fingers crossed.
Yep, that's the plan. But they are all there, and they are quite impressive in their own right.
They're magic.
Now, these are spaces which are protected, so you shouldn't go into these without permission, as we have. But
they're worth seeing.
We'll show you them. So
with a bit of luck, you'll never see them, and we can show you them. And can I just say, before we depart, look at that. Front of the thing, doors closed. Now I'm wondering, now there's a train coming in. I wonder if it's going to change. Do you think it's going to change? It must change, mustn't it? Simple as. The light goes off.
And then hopefully, when they close again...
Do you reckon it'll come back on?
Should do. If not, there's a problem.
Too much.
The artifice of television, yeah.
There we go. Everything's working.
And
just
off we
right.
go. Golden Globes, though.
There you go.
There you go, Nixie. Now, I have to say, Lord, don't you think Nixie would probably agree? As a fire escape, this is pretty damn big, and it just goes on and on and on.
Wow.
It's really quite advanced.
It's huge. It's huge.
When you think this is actually bigger than most station passageways and stairs that you would find on the system, certainly the Edwardian tube, and yet here it is, as hopefully never used.
Never to be seen or touched.
And also,
Safety colour of yellow.
while we're at it, notice it isn't just stairs, it's also step-free.
Yeah. So there's a little wheelchair lift up to there.
That's right. And then...
And I'm assuming there's an elevator.
That's right, yeah.
Should we have a wander? Ooh. Don't enjoy your trip.
Do hold the handrail.
Enjoy your trip to Waterloo. What do you think then, love? It's quite cool, isn't it?
It is. It's funny how the ceiling isn't that low, but you do feel very enclosed.
Yeah.
Like,
And don't you think as well that,
yeah.
I bet we're going to say the same thing. If you think about Baker Street and that lovely bendy corridor with all the tiles, and then you look at this, I would say this is almost as beautiful in the modern day as that was beautiful in yesteryear. It almost feels like the sort of architectural equivalent of that beautiful curve.
I can remember seeing a photo of this before it was fitted out that went into a book about the architecture of the Jubilee line. And it's just those cast iron sections arranged like that. If you think every single one had to be calculated to create that shape before they were brought to site and installed, it's just great, isn't it? Can you see the sequential numbering? There's all...
Yeah. 146, 154, 145.
So, yeah, and then if we look just up past this, another set of stairs, another chairlift, and you can see the doors to the fire lift up ahead. So, shall we?
We've said this before, haven't we, Nixie? The yellow banisters. Am I right in thinking that yellow is a colour that is particularly visible in smoke?
There's that. It's also usually used because it's very high contrast with the background. I'd actually say here it's not that contrasty with this, but it is with the grey on the side. So yes, it does just tend to stand out well. Do you know, I've got a feeling we should have done this bit first because it's the cleanest. But tactical error. So what you're in here is another shaft. How many is that we've done today? This is our third shaft of the day.
Only 128 steps at the top of this one.
And you know we're doing the steps and not the lift.
Yep.
Really?
But, yeah. Why not? It's just more interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what you've got is a staircase, dual staircase wound around the lift. A bit like a Clapham situation, dual staircase.
Very much so.
And it's all about just being, can you imagine a station platform full of people, emergency, you need to get them out.
Yeah.
You just want no impediment to them coming out, and you know, as really obvious route, get everybody out as quickly as possible.
Absolutely.
It's worth saying there's another one of these at the other end of the platform.
Yeah.
So there's 2 of these on the station, so you can clear the site very quickly.
And did you say there's 2 staircases?
Yeah.
So is this a double helix? Is that how you describe it?
The way this is laid out is a little bit different, so let's just have a look.
Here we go. So should we do the old gag? 2 asthmatics walk into a tube station.
That's me and you, isn't it?
One called Alex, one called Chris.
One called Alex, one called Chris.
So these are actually switchback, but they're running in opposite directions. So they're not a spiral, but you've just got a set back to back. So the ones around the other side of the lift are coming up here. And I want to go up there, and they're just crossing over all the way up. It's if you've been watching Squid Games, it's a bit like the staircase that they've got in part of the set there. If you imagine that full of people all walking up in Squid Game costumes.
It's amazing the comparisons and analogies we can make.
It says a lot of things about Nixie and Squid Games, doesn't it?
In somehow, which is
Nixie's management style.
Should we? I mean, we should do a Squid Games episode of Hangouts, maybe. Who do you reckon to be last standing?
Oh, not me. I'd be the first out.
I mean,
in every way.
City,
I don't know. We're very competitive.
Yeah, I know. I'll do something really stupid and get out straight away. So anyway, shall we? Let's
do it.
Actually, I'm going to go up the other side.
Are you? How are you going to do that? Oh, I see. So you're going to be... Yeah, I got you. I'll catch you.
I'm catching you.
Oh, hello, love.
Oh, there you go. So I've decided to go up the other way.
Just to totally confuse.
So one of the things I've noticed, Alex, is this isn't that old as a building. It was built in the 90s. Here we are in 2024. And look, it's already got quite serious cave, cave formations, that's the word I was looking for, growing out of it. You've got your calthemite straws. In fact, they look almost like they're proper stalactites.
I mean, I would say there's also caveman relics down here as well.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So,
right,
if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Stop it! I know we're going slower than you. Stop it!
Like Chris is like jumping like a gazelle between levels, and we're like puffing and panting.
Good news, you're here at the surface.
Are we there yet? Right, come and meet us at the lift that we're taking back down the other way.
Okay, so I accept that not taking the lift was an error. However, I'm guessing you found that a bit more interesting to watch than the inside of a lift.
It's probably really pretty in that lift, though.
So, we now emerge at surface level.
So we're back up.
Yeah.
But we must be nowhere near Waterloo tube station that was Bakerloo and Northern.
Yeah.
We are way away from there, right?
Do you want to see where?
Yeah, are we allowed to do that?
Yeah, could take you out. Because there's one more bit of Waterloo I want to do. Let's go this way. So there we go. You would very quickly find yourself from platform level to street level in safety if you needed to evacuate there in an emergency. And meanwhile, I see you're worrying about pigeons overhead, aren't you?
Well, I was going to say safety, but not out of the range of bird poo, but that's still safety from the evacuation, yes.
Just poo?
I don't know if you can see, but
poo.
Waterloo is just over there. So should we go back into it for the final bit?
Yeah.
Let's go.
I've literally spotted the elephant in the room.
This is brilliant. We arrived here and I said, I want to talk about the elephant. And Alex was like, roll VT.
Where is the elephant?
Just behind you.
That's an elephant?
Yeah.
The elephant in the room? No. I wish I'd caught...
What?
That massive thing off the wall.
Oh, that!
And here we are now. So we've now seen it. The elephant in question is just there.
Oh, there it is.
And it was a piece of artwork that was originally done for Gloucester Road by an artist called Kendra Haste. See just there, actually. This is described as elephant relief. But it was, of course, at Gloucester Road, as you know, there are a number of arches that you could display things in, so it wasn't alone. There was an oryx, a vulture, rhino, giraffe, and a polar bear. I think that was it. I think that was all of it. And it was actually a reflection of the Royal Menagerie that used to be at the Tower of London. Yeah, it's a really, really nice piece. I'm so glad that this one survived to be put here. And as Alex has discovered, most people don't notice it.
Elephants are class.
I'm walking over there thinking I can see the sign, but I can't see the elephant. And I look at it and think, this isn't an elephant. Is it a Dracaena or something like
yes,
that?
indeed. Well, I suppose it's forming part of the jungle, isn't it, really?
Oh,
or
good
savannah.
work. Good work.
What I like about this side of the Waterloo entrance is it's built into an older existing part of the station. So you've got this old meets new, you've got the craggy old wall over there, all the efflorescence staining it. You've got these jack arch vault ceilings here, and again with sound damping built into them. You've got this coffered ceiling over here in concrete. So there's a real mashup of old and new, and then this glazed curtain at the front just to finish it all off. And I think it's a really, really nice way to come into Waterloo. If ever I'm coming here for the Jubilee line, this is actually my preferred entrance because there's a lot more to it.
Well, good. I don't know what to say after that, but what I will say is that was probably your best Simon Sharma impression ever.
Are we going back to the studio now?
Yeah, we are.
And a shower and a sandwich and a meeting.
That was fantastic, wasn't it? And it was quite nice to see our lounges again just one more time.
It's kind of like, a little time travel because that was in January that we did that.
Yep.
Gosh, time's really flown this year.
You see, I wasn't in my house, I was down here, so I was foreshadowing us using this space.
Of course.
By the way, do you know what this space was originally?
What,
The
this
shelter.
part of the shelter?
This particular part of the shelter. I know you do,
I know.
Sidney. Alex, Laura, do you know?
There's a
There is a
hint.
clue.
That looks like
There's a
sewer
valve
pipe.
out of
Is
shot,
that-
and Alex
is
is
that
right.
sewer pipe?
It is. That was for the slop hopper because you're in, one of the former female toilet blocks down here.
Yeah.
What's that word for the word for a word that sounds like exactly what it's describing? Slop hopper.
Slop hopper.
It's onomatopoeic.
Onomatopoeic.
It is onomatopoeia.
It's onomatopoeia. Right down there, that slop hopper. It's a
The
sewer
sound it made in
sewer
use.
valve.
Slop hopper.
Horrible. And of course, we have our lovely AJ Wells Hangouts roundel as well in this lovely studio as well.
do.
So and lit to perfection, wrinkled to boot.
And thanks again to AJ Wells for supplying that.
Sorting that out for us. It's all good. So listen, that is episode 1 of series 9. And coming up in the next couple of episodes, we are not only having a wild old time on a 1938 stock tube train. This is a special run out for the museum, wasn't it?
Yep.
And we're also going to do something very special because last year we did a live episode in front of an audience, didn't we? And we looked at Liverpool Street, which was absolutely fantastic. The films are wonderful, and we're going to show that to you guys.
Yep, it's a Patreon unlocked special. Is that what you
Patreon
said?
Unlocked.
That was a little bit of a tongue twister, wasn't it?
Patreon
Unlocked.
unlocked. It's
I like
because
that.
Patreon
And then
unlocked. But it's unlocked just for you.
It's where we get to see the escalator shafts that we don't see anymore. In fact, the escalator shafts that go straight onto the platforms of the Elizabeth line,
That's
which
right.
that don't even exist anymore.
Signal cabins, bay platforms, all sorts of
Marvellous.
hidden wonders there. And Patreons have enjoyed that for quite a long time now.
Cool.
And time to share it with you.
I feel like we're throwing out loads of new formats here. We've got this set up. We've got a live episode that's going to go out as a YouTube episode.
Absolutely.
Let's do this.
Anyone who think this is getting bigger and bigger?
It's like it's developing.
Thank you so much,
actually
Miss
trying.
Nix, as always.
Thank you very much. Lovely to be here.
Lovely. And thank you very much, Siddy and Bump.
Thank you. Yep. Little one's actually been quite active whilst
Kicking.
we're doing this. He's
Kicking.
like, woo, likes it.
Like
Yep.
this new studio. And Laura, thank you so much, as always.
Pleasure. Really enjoyed that episode.
Gorgeous stuff. As always, find us on Instagram, Alex Grundon, Chris Nick, Siddy Holloway, Hidden London Law, and at LT Museum. You can find us on YouTube. Thanks very much indeed for looking us up. Like, subscribe, and comment down below, and we'll be somewhere very cool very, very soon indeed, right under London. Have yourself a great day and stay safe.